All right, we mean business when we are in business, and this is Biashara Tuesday. We're all about business, and the business of the day has been a conversation on climate action. A bit of digression there. We did speak about mathematics and how to mentor students to enjoy and love mathematics and how important that is for their future. And it's tied down across industries. From the conversation we had, the teacher who was on set is a mathematics and computer science teacher, a teacher of mathematics and computer science. And, at the core of computer science is mathematics, core of biology, physics, all of that. There's a book that he has out. You can order from him online, check him out, and then you can get it delivered all the way to you. Here, I have with me Dennis, and he's been on the show before. He's president of the Green Society, and he had an event planned out, a grand launch. Yeah, I think this choice of words sounds like him. A grand launch sounds like something Dennis would say. But this was in partnership with the Kenya Forest Services, and it's supposed to happen this coming Thursday. I informed you that earlier, but it's now been pushed. Yeah, so we're going to get to know why, and then we get to know when it happens, what you can be expecting, and how you will participate. Welcome to the show for the nth time. Yeah, I think we've lost count.
Thank you. I'm always pleasure to be around KUTV.
Right,
yeah.
Definitely, man. I'm glad to have you here again. It's tied down to what we've been speaking about since the morning: climate conversation, climate action, and also awareness amongst the youth and the community. I think it's also still proper that we introduce you to our newer audiences, the guys here who are tuning in for the first time. I'll be reading your comments in a bit from Tracy. I see here as well George sending me a text. Others who have maybe been joining in but haven't been seeing you for the time that you haven't showed up. How would you introduce yourselves to them?
Morning, everyone. My name is Dennis Kimani. Currently, I'm the president of Youth Green Society, but I'm here to represent the Community Forest Association of City Park Forest.
All right. Yeah. The Community Association of City Park. What does it involve, that community?
As you all know that the Constitution of Kenya, the MCA Act, it provided or envisages that every forest must be managed together with the government and the community. So you have to bring up a community forest association that will be managing the forest in line. We are like co-partners with the Kenya Forest Service. So I'm here on behalf of the Community Forest Association.
All right.
Yes.
There's this event, yeah, and I've been teasing it since morning. I think maybe some people got excited that they will participate, and now we have to tell them that unfortunately it isn't going to happen. Why is that?
You know that everyone... Actually, City Park is the green heart of Nairobi because it is a city, it's a park in the middle of the city. So everyone is willing and anticipating for its launch to see that it is fenced, it is well coordinated, it is well managed. But now we have been pushing for this like for 2 years now, since Donovan, the friend to the second vice president of Kenya, who brought us together and advised us to come up with this community forest association so that we can at least manage the forest properly and see it where it's supposed to be. So we came up with this community forest association, the CFA. Actually, it is provided before in the Constitution. We are not just appearing from nowhere.
It's not independently organized to just disrupt.
Yes, we are provided for by the Constitution. Okay. So we came up with this. We are trying to push. Have you ever been to City Park? Actually, yes. I've invited you for a long time. Yes. You're supposed to come now. You owe me a
You're putting me on the spot on my show.
Yes, you owe me a visit.
Yes, I will definitely make sure that I do show up in the next one.
This place is devastated. It is degrading day in, day out. Waste all over. Street families sleeping and murdering people every day there. Panya roots everywhere. So City Park is not a forest that we want to be in the middle of a city, a capital city of Nairobi.
City of this kind of republic.
Yes. So that's why we are so eager to launch this thing, but unfortunately it has been pushed again. We'll still be waiting for the God's time, because this thing is just at the time for God. Because since 1970s, we have been reading history. these people are enjoying the park so well. They had the Mtego wa Panya, places that you enter through one entrance, you escape inside,
and no one can find you.
No one can find you. You come out from the other side. How is this fun coming? We cannot enjoy this fun. That place now is a sewer place.
All right.
At City Park.
It looks like this makes you very angry.
Yeah, I am. You know, as in being a conservative, I'm a person who loves nature. It feels bad that you can hear people of the 90s say we were enjoying this,
and now like, this generation can't.
We can't.
On the same level, at least.
Yes.
Right. Now that it's been pushed, I think as you said there, we have to wait for the Kenya Forest Service to issue communication on when this grand launch is happening. But I think there have been teasers of videos and pictures of how it looks like inside.
Yeah, we have. We had prepared for the history of it for a pictorial presentation. When we were launching, we wanted to display it everywhere so that people can see.
There goes an image of City Park from way back then, looking like that's 1996. 1956. Sorry, 1956. That I'm being informed there from my producer. People enjoying there. Sasa ukikaa pale City Park hivi unaweza pigwa nyongolo, si ndio?
Unashika nyongolo hivi hadi.
But it's a sad state of affairs, even as we laugh at that kind of difference. What is the problems? What are the problems? What is causing these problems? Is it neglect from the community, or is it neglect from the government?
No, the community is good because I'm here on behalf of the community. The community is willing to see City Park back to where it's supposed to be. Why? Who is the community? The community are the people who go from Mathare walking to Westlands to look for jobs. When they miss their jobs, what do they do? They come back to City Park, relax under the trees, have fresh air. But now that is not the case.
Right.
You're sleeping there, stress-free. Someone is stealing your phone.
Right.
You see, you're not even free.
Right. And speaking of phones, if you're calling Dennis and he's still on now, give the guy time to get himself worked up about this conversation. But yes, you can see that these problems definitely are not coming from the community, because even in 1956 the community was there enjoying the space. So, but I've seen that the government, now that we are discussing restoration of these public spaces, City Park, and also there's this Nairobi River Commission. Do you think that these are the right directions the government is taking? Can we say there's hope finally?
And there's hope, but these things that I say, ad hoc jackism. Kenyans, we love writing a lot, saying a lot, but we do little. I'm telling you, I have even a picture of the MP of Westlands now, when he was jobless, sitting on a bench at City Park, waiting for something to happen to his life. The current MP of Westlands. Why can't he see what the City Park did to him when he had no job and do something to it? Because what I'm saying is that we have seen it. The problem of City Park now is political goodwill. We have no politicians or political goodwill. The other day we saw they wanted to change even the Forest Management Act so that they can increase their room for grabbing. You see? So we have no people who have goodwill for any green spaces in Kenya.
The First Lady, that is Rachel Ruto, said she's adopting part of a forest over in the western region of Kenya. I don't know the technical details to how adoption works, but do you think that's also another lack of political goodwill? Just what did you say it's called? Ad hocism.
Ad hoc jackism.
Ad hoc jackism. Is it also one of those?
Maybe it's a conservation measures, because when you want to raise any funds for a forest, at least you can call for. Even the other day, when we had Wildlife Day, we saw the Wildlife Tourism and Wildlife Ministry. They are calling people to come and name elephants. So it's a way of even raising money. But for the forestry, it's good for her to do that, because these are carbon sinks, they are water catchment areas. but more can be done. We don't need to be going Kakamega. Kakamega is not even degraded with waste management. Why can't she come to Nairobi, where the problem is, where is the center of the problem is at Nairobi?
Right. Yeah. It's like Nairobi River is that kid no one wants to adopt, yeah? They should start from where the most problematic places are, and then we can move over to the western region. I was looking at the several things now that you've spoken about the Nairobi River Commission, and you informed me that Elizabeth Wathuti, who's actually now been recognized by the Amnesty International, by a 2023 Amnesty International Award. She is part of the Nairobi River Commission of the moment.
Yeah, she is.
Maybe the involvement of the young people, as we've been calling for the spaces for young people on the table for this kind of conversation. Yeah. Is this a breath of fresh air, you will say?
For Elizabeth, I thought is a thumbs up. She has really done a great job even in the international limelight, because she has really tried to advocate for the climate change and things that climate are not doing well. But what I can say is that let's put more community concerned, because for the Nairobi River, if we can look from where it starts to the downstream, it starts from Gong coming down to even at the river, but you can see that when you reach somewhere like around Ngara, around Gikomba, the river starts narrowing down. Why? Because the community already there has encroached the river, narrowed it down. So when we are coming with the Nairobi River Commission, the question should be, do we have these people who have encroached the river in our mind? Okay. Why? Because most of these people, they are doing their businesses at the river.
Right.
So where are you relocating these people to?
Right.
Otherwise, there will be a conflict, because you're leaving me jobless. This is the government of the hustlers. Now, where are you taking us?
Okay, that's true. Yeah. There's a lot of activity that happens even along. If you go to Globe Apple Kando, you can see there are even people who've made it a home. Yeah, along the Nairobi River.
Some people
take a bath there, wash your clothes, go eat, and come back and sleep alongside the river. So that's also important that it's being looked at. As much as we're trying to solve that one issue, there's also other issues that should be looked at. Now, once it's launched, what kind of activities do you think are going to happen at City Park, and what benefits can Kenyans realize in this restoration?
We are really hoping that this day comes so that our plan, we have a 5-year master plan that we have envisaged and have visions that we want this park to be like parks that people can come, relax, enjoy, study, research, and have educative things about it. You know, this is being called Green Heart of Nairobi. Things of the heart are so dear. That's why I'm so
passionate and angry, worked up about it.
Yeah, because the heart is already been messed with. What about the legs? What about the hands? If the heart is already messed up with. So I'm just calling upon the government. It is time the Green Heart of Nairobi looks like a heart. A heart that people who have a jobless, they went looking for a job. You know, now Uhuru Park, it's a fee. It's at a fee.
All right.
So people are no longer going to Uhuru Park to sleep like they used to. Why can't they make these people a City Park?
Right. We need a free space that is accessible to by all Kenyans.
Yeah, and we have a very nice monkeys there that you can enjoy even watching, eating even peanuts with. They come jumping on your head. You have a people, they come snatch it and go away with it.
Right.
You see?
Very fun and enjoyable times.
Yeah.
So as it happens in other places.
Yeah, right. Sure. So the heart of Nairobi should really look like the heart of Nairobi. And we have on the plan, we have envisaged a lot of good things. We have fish ponds, we have research centers, we have a pitch, we have a lot of, and actually we have the second vice president of Kenya, Joseph Murubi. We have his graves there. We have Pio Gama Pinto, the second world.
Also history inside there.
There's history. Actually, I'm the lead. As we look at the city Park Community Forest, I'm the lead for culture and natural heritage. Okay. So these graves are so much educative. You know, like in the 1940s, we have Powell, Peter Powell. He was the superintendent that was given the mandate by the the whites, the British, to come to Kenya and manage all the green spaces. He was even visited at this city park by the Queen Elizabeth.
All right.
Came to visit him so that he can see what is happening. So there's a lot of city park is not just a forest; it's a cultural forest.
Right.
Yeah.
It should be fought for, as did Wangari Maathai during her time, fighting for some of these green spaces. And I don't know, have you seen that story on her daughter also being recognized?
It's good that the good things of Wangari Maathai will never die, because Elizabeth Wathuti is from the Wangari Maathai Foundation.
All right.
Here we can see her daughter is here, winning a top 100 list of times. So everything, let them come to City Park. Actually, I've written even a text message to Elizabeth telling her, so you come and help us.
Right.
Because she has a direct connection to our president. So even she can talk to her to him directly. So let these people, these youthful people, the daughter to Wangari Maathai, Karura is now okay. Karura was once the same as City Park. Ni venye sasa there is a separation, because now that is Karura, that is the side of Karura, we're on the side of City Park. And these were hectares of land from 92 to now 64. Where has the almost 30 hectares of land gone? You see, and this is why we are saying political goodwill is the problem in City Park, because most of these people are out here to never see City Park come. Because the 64 hectares, some people want to sell it out.
Grab it and sell it out to real estate or some of other fishy projects that are involved in. And while we're still on politics, earlier on I was having a discussion here on Mr. and Miss Climate. I'm sure you're aware of it. And it's a debut event of its own in that regard, trying to sensitize youth and create awareness through pageantry. Are these also some of those looking at such an initiative and others that maybe you can point to us out in which the community can involve themselves as we try, as you said there, political goodwill is the problem. How can we depoliticize this conversation?
The only way to do this is that ensure that, some things like climate, these are natural resources. We don't need anyone to come and improve them. We just maintain the way we found them. So for the Mr. and Mrs., I am happy that now NGOs, international bodies, even the government is coming up with lots of awards so that it can keep the youths engaged. Because when you bring one idea, the other one brings the other idea. These ideas, if they put together, you'll find that a solution will be found on the way. So for the Mr. and Mrs., let those people go there. And actually it's a Mr. and Mrs., so it's cultural. Right. Cultural is in some way. We can have these people come in and making things that are from forestry, making things from waste, because that is the problem we have in more than any other. Waste management.
Right.
We have a lot of things have been, like this gazette, if you don't, this is for today.
Right. Yeah,
tomorrow we will have another one.
Yes.
Unless
this is more paper.
And unless we go and have meat on it, wrapping meat on it, we don't see anything that will happen with it. But I have been seeing ladies are even using it as clothes.
Yes.
Just to show people.
To be innovative. It, yeah?
So we have a lot of... Kwanza, what the bone I have is plastic. Plastic. Do you know that... I was hearing some people talk yesterday, seeing how water is a recreative business, because you just buy the bottle for 1 shilling, 90 cents.
That's true.
You sell the water at 30 shillings. So you have made 28 shillings profit. But how do you recycle this bottle?
You find it on blocking the drainage.
All over the rivers, all over the forest, even on the drainage, as you're saying, it is all over, because it is cheap. But if we have recyclables, like this gazette, you can compress these machines. This is the things that the government should be acting on. Bring in the resources to Kenya. There's no need of, like the other guys who won. We are here with them. The Bana Foundation. They won 100 million. Why? Ecobana.
Right.
You remember them? Because they are making...
sanitary towels in a very sustainable way.
You see?
Yeah.
So the people are innovative. The only thing we don't have it is this political goodwill. We don't want the politics to come and pay us. We want just them to create an environment that we can pitch our ideas and like the Hustler Fund. We have the Hustler Fund now. A lot of people in youths are in groups, and in these groups they have innovations. Why can they come up with such Mr. and Mrs. Climate or something?
And then they are given the Hustler Fund, those ones, right?
Yes.
Okay, that's actually a good way to put it. And because you mentioned the HALT Prize, EcoBanner, which is a startup from St. Paul's University, we had them here before they won that HALT Prize of 2022, $1 million for them to implement their venture of providing affordable sanitary towels to school-going children in Kenya. And I think they already kickstarted that throughout the country. President William Ruto did give them a stamp of approval to work with the ministries that are relevant to that. This year, because we've mentioned that pageantry and you said kuna watu wanatumia hadi gazeti to create fashion trends. This year, the call to action by HALT Prize, the 2023 HALT Prize challenge, is redesigning fashion. So it's still towards taking care of the environment and climate and innovating around it. So if you have an innovative social venture in the clothing and fashion industry to make it more sustainable, that's what is happening. So whoever is winning $1 million this year, now they're shifting it to fashion. So there are so many ways in which we can innovate around waste management and sustainability as well.
Yes.
As we try and close up on this conversation, we're waiting on the government to launch City Park, to do goodwill, political goodwill that will provide an enabling environment. But since it hasn't yet, on an individual level, and it's a question that I posited earlier for our guests from the Mr. and Miss Climate, on an individual level, how can people be proactive towards this goal?
Individual level, one thing, you can be writing articles. You can read the history of City Park, write articles, put it in socials. At least 1 or 2 people will follow you and see it and will have raised the eyebrows what is happening on City Park. Another thing is visiting City Park, like on 22nd, we'll be having a massive tree planting at City Park. Because I love talking the truth. The upper part of City Park, there's no trees now. They are all cut down. I don't know what is happening. I don't know if it is the electric things. Maybe Kenya Power may be coming for me, but it's true.
You have to say the truth as it is.
I have to say the truth. Where the power lines are passing, trees are down. So we have to replant them. Or Kenya Power has to do something for us. Because it's not a must to plant trees there. We have bicycles that we have in our plan. We have planned for, so we can put things as long as the
other sustainable means of utilizing the space.
Yes. Another thing is that let's visit these parks because coming and planting trees is bringing back the life of the park. So that is the thing I can do for individual levels.
Right, and on an individual level, that's what you can do for City Park, even as we wait for the Kenya Forest Service to give that information on what and when it will be launched. Thank you very much, Deno, for creating time again. And once the dates are out again, we can have that conversation. So that
KUTV is a partner, is a stakeholder.
Right, yeah, definitely. And I'll show up, Usipoint fingers kwangu sana.
Sasa si unajua nyinyi watu wa art. Mnafaa mkuja hapa, you spread the news for us.
Kweli. 22nd, nitajituma bro. Thank you very much. This break is going to be one that I take a look at the feedback and then take a cup of water. And I'll be back. Biashara Tuesday is still on air.